Hey, welcome back to Velo News TV. I'm Neil Rogers here at Garmin-Chipotle Team Camp with Christian Vande Velde. Christian, thanks for joining us back here in your former hometown of Boulder. I know you always like coming back. Man, a lot to talk about. A year ago, this camp, the big unknown, the team, talk of Christian top 10 on the tour, what a difference a year makes. Now we're hearing your name, not just from Jonathan, but from the riders in a different light and a different emphasis. Does that put pressure on you?
A bit, but I'm taking it in stride, I should say. I hope I am, at least. I feel that I am. And I'm excited for next year. I feel a little more confident compared to where I was this time last year. So, yeah, it's a big change for sure, like you said. But I'm excited about it, and I feel more secure in my role than I did last year, as being do this, do that, do that, maybe, and go for top 10 to boot, So I'm taking my role as what it is and running with it.
I mean, I'm hearing that this camp, the general tone, I've heard this from you and from other people, the general tone is a bit more relaxed than last year. It's a lot of the same riders, a lot of the same staff, everyone knows their role, everyone just kind of falls into position. So in that respect, it's more relaxed, but I'm also hearing, hey, we realize we got a rider who can be on the podium at the Tour de France. We realize we can win the team time trial at the Giro. We can win the team time trial at the Tour. And so maybe it's relaxed, but a little more focused, a little more serious in the sense that last year there were some question marks. This year, going into 2009, there's some very clear goals for the team.
Yeah, I mean, one thing this camp is not serious, though. I mean, we're all having a good time here, and we're getting everything out of the way and really trying to clean things up as much as we can and be proactive.
What do you mean by clean things up?
Things to get out of the way, like clothing issues.
Bike fits, clothing
bike fits. People who had never been on a felt bike before, wind tunnel, different. We have triple T for the handlebars this year. All the things that you don't want to be dealing with 4 days before Tour of California starts.
Right.
So we're polishing everything up. It was a huge growing year, to say the least, last year, from where we started in November to where we finished Lombardy and Perry Tours. So everything's established over in Girona now. We have a beautiful service course, Boston trucks and all that kind of stuff, and it's all more or less getting organized. And the last frontier is really just going to be more communication. In between Boulder and Girona, and that 8 hours sometimes is a hard hurdle to go over. So, but it's growing pains, but what I was just saying is this camp hasn't been anything. Has it been anything but serious? But at the same time, there is a different attitude with most of the guys here from last year, and just awareness, I should say, about
awareness
of what can happen next year, and not what we hope to happen. It's like more that confidence that really big things could happen next year if everything goes right.
I should say a few differences from a year ago. Last year the team was Slipstream Chipotle, now it's Garmin-Chipotle. The title sponsor is secure. Also heading into 2009, it's a Pro Tour team. There's no question mark there. Does that affect you as a rider? I mean, obviously that's something the management deals with, but does that trickle down to you as a rider as well?
For sure. It's one of the first stressors is the unknown, right? The economy. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So not knowing what your schedule is,
race invitations,
or even if you have a sponsor and things like that. Yeah, that's not a good way to start out the year, knowing that we might be doing the Giro, we might be doing the Tour de France, but if we don't do that, well, what are we going to do in July and May? And so having that makes you much more at ease, and a better way to just like this whole camp again is planning and making sure that we have a good course of action for everything. Nothing's happening by the seat of our pants.